Hey guys, I hope you're doing well today. I am finally doing an update on my makeup inventory and collection, and I haven't done one of these since July last year, so it's been a very long time. So I think it's been like, oh my god, 6 months now, 5 or 6 months. So I definitely need to update you guys. I've had some pretty big changes to my collection. I've used up a lot of products. I've brought in some new ones because it has been a fairly long time. My collection hasn't grown that much. I've grown in some categories and I've decreased in others. So I'm going to be going through my products and categories, letting you know what I have in each categories and my goals. And my goals aren't like set in stone, the amount of products I definitely want to have. If I have like 1 or 2 extra, or say if I have like 5 palettes instead of wanting like 4, then I'm not going to beat myself up about it. My goals are just kind of general ideas for what I want my collection to look like, and I can change them whenever I want. So when you guys are going through makeup inventories, don't get so stressed about it if you have like 1 or 2 above of your goal, because you can always change your goals. You always have different needs for your collection. So it's just makeup. Don't stress about it too much, and let's get into my makeup inventory. For my makeup inventories, I will go through the products and let you guys know what I have and what I used up, and then I will insert a picture of what my collection currently looks like in that category. So the first category overall is going to be my face product. For foundations, previously I had 1 and currently I have 2. I had used up the L'Oreal Pro Glow foundation in 202. I had purchased, finished, and also repurchased the e.l.f. Flawless Finish foundation. So that is one of the foundations that I currently have right now. I had purchased and finished the Milani Conceal and Perfect, and then I currently have the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation. So the Bare Minerals Bare Pro and then the e.l.f. Flawless foundation, and I would like to have up to 2 foundations because lately I've been having to mix my colors because my foundations are just in between right now, so I don't mind having 2 foundations, so that is my goal. For concealers, previously I had 1 and currently I have 1. I had previously had the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC15, which I had used up. I had purchased and finished the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair Neutral. I currently have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and I think it's just Fair 5, which is super yellow, and I would like to use it up eventually, but that is the only concealer that I have currently, and I would like to have up to 2 concealers because I like having a face concealer and a blemish concealer. For powders, previously I had 1 and I currently have 1 as well, so I'm at my goal, and I had previously used up the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, and I currently have the Too Faced Born This Way Setting Powder, which I had purchased during this time, and my goal for this category is to only have 1 setting powder because I'm really not that into setting powder, and I don't go through especially loose powders that quickly, so I'm perfectly fine with just having 1. For blushes, previously I had 1 and I currently have 1. I still have the Wet n Wild, the Princess Daiquiris Ombre Blush, which I'm currently panning, and I had purchased and decluttered the e.l.f. blush in Blushing. It was just too glittery, so I just wanted to declutter it. And my goal for this category is to have up to 2 blushes so I can have 2 different colors. I would like a more warm toned and then a more pinky to neutral toned blush. For bronzers, previously I had 1 and I currently have 1. It is the same Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which I have been trying to use up for the last like year and a half. I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that it will be used up this year just because I've had it for a while and it does have a scent to it. So I would like to only have 1 bronzer in my collection because, as you can see, I do not go through them very quickly. For powder highlighters, previously I had 3 and I currently have 3. I had used up the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Moonstone, and I still have the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in Champagne Pop, and I had the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself highlighter from that palette, and I had purchased the e.l.f. highlighting powder in Pearl Glow, which I love, and my goal for this category is to have up to 2 powder highlighters so I can have 2 different tones. Plus I use my eyeshadows as highlighters, which I actually did today. I mixed the Kat Von D Thunderstruck and a ColourPop eyeshadow together, so I can use eyeshadows for highlighter, and I do it all the time, so I don't think I need to have more than 2 powder highlighters. For liquid or cream highlighters, previously I had 1 and I currently actually have 0. So I used up the e.l.f. liquid highlighter. Couldn't remember the name of it because it wasn't on the packaging, and I'm glad I finished that. For my goal for this category, I'm fine with having only 1 cream highlighter or liquid highlighter because I really don't use them all the time, but sometimes I like to use them as glowy primers, so I don't see a reason to have more than 1 liquid or cream highlighter. For face primers, previously I had 1 and I currently have 1 as well. I had used up the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer in Clear, and I purchased the Found Beauty primer, which is a new brand at Walmart, which I'm really enjoying that primer because it's just kind of like a gel and it feels pretty moisturizing on the skin. But my goal for this category is to only have one primer at a time. I don't really care too much about face primer, so I don't really see a point in having more than one, maybe two if I want to have like a more illuminating one, but I can just use that liquid highlighter. So I don't really care to have more than one primer, as I said. For setting in facial sprays, previously I had one and I currently have two. So I have two of the Mario Badescu Rose sprays, and I had actually used up the green tea one that I had before, but I have a large Mario Badescu Rose spray and then a smaller bottle, which my aunt gave me. And my goal for this category is to only have one spray, but I love the two sprays since they're the exact same thing, so I don't really mind having the two, but I would like to only have one at a time. Now onto my favorite category, which is eyes. So for pencil eyeliners, previously I had two of them and I currently have one. I had finished the Urban Decay Zero eyeliner and the Marc Jacobs Rococo eyeliner, and then I had gotten a free Ipsy bag from my friend, and that came with a half size of the Urban Decay Perversion eyeliner. So I have that one as a new eyeliner, but it is my only eyeliner that I have, and it is black. And my goal for this category is to have up to two different colors. I'm kind of thinking about getting a bright blue one or just a color so I can have like a pop of color as an eyeliner. For liquid liners, previously I had one and I currently have one. I had used up the NYX Matte Liquid Liner in black, which is my favorite, and then I had purchased the NYX Epic Ink Liner, which is a pen style liner, which I didn't love when I was first starting it, but I'm kind of growing on it now and I do like it a little bit more. But my goal for this category is to have one liquid liner because I prefer to just use black. For mascaras, previously I had two and I currently have two. I had finished and repurchased some mascaras, and some of them I had already finished as well, the ones that I repurchased. So the ones I had before were the Makeup Forever Excessive Lash Deluxe Sample and then the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. And I had finished those two because it has been like 5 months. I need new mascara. And I purchased the Wet n Wild Mega Length Mascara, and I'd gotten a free sample of the Too Faced Better Than Sex, which I had finished both of those as well. And the mascaras that I currently have are the Tarte Tarteist Mascara, which I'm currently using, and then I also have the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Deluxe Sample. So I currently have two mascaras, and my goal for this category is to have up to two mascaras because I get to have one that I'm using and then another as a backup, or use two at the same time. For cream shadows, previously I had two and I currently have two. So I had previously finished the Touch in Sol Talia Cream Base Deluxe Sample, and then I had also finished the Revlon Cream Shadow in Creme Brulee. I had purchased the Ulta Beauty Cream Shadow in Smoky Quartz, and then I also purchased the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Cottage Cheese, which I enjoy both of those a lot, so I'm happy to have those. And then my goal for this category is to have, again, two cream shadows because I like having two different colors. For eye primers, previously I had one and I currently have one. So I had finished the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eyeshadow Primer Deluxe Sample, which I had previously, and then I had purchased and finished the e.l.f. Eyelid Primer, and now I currently have the Smashbox Photo Finish Eyeshadow Primer, which I love. I had recently purchased that, and my goal for this category is to only have one eye primer because I just don't see a point in having more than that at a time unless I have a backup. For eyeshadows, previously I had 89 and I currently have 81, which I'm very surprised that the number went down because I had purchased some eyeshadows and palettes since then, but I guess I used up a lot of eyeshadows as well and I decluttered a couple. And my goal for this category is a very general goal. I would like to have maybe 75 eyeshadows. For pre-made palettes, previously I had 3 and I currently have 4. I decluttered the Too Faced Natural Love palette. I did depot the shades that I really liked. It was a very basic palette, so I did declutter it. I do have a review up in the cards that I will post right here, and I currently have the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. I had purchased the ColourPop Yes Please palette, which is currently in my Project Pan Porn, so I'll also link that up in the cards as well. And then I had gotten the Urban Decay Ultimate Naked Basics palette from Matt's Family for Christmas, so I got 2 new palettes and I decluttered 1. My goal for this category is to have maybe 3 pre-made palettes because I feel like that's just a good number for me personally. If I'm a little bit over that, which I am now, I don't really care that much because I know I'll just use the palettes, and if I won't, I will declutter them or return them. For custom palettes, previously I had 1 and I currently have 1. I still have the same Z palette. The shades are different because I've used up other eyeshadows. I've bought some and put them in there, but for a custom palette, I only have 1 of them and I'm perfectly fine just having 1, but I would consider getting a larger one in the future. I'm really happy about this category. For single eyeshadows, previously I had 6 and I currently have 3. So I had previously finished the MAC Omega eyeshadow, the L'Oreal Infallible and Amber Rush. That thing took forever. The Urban Decay YDK I had decluttered. The H&M Fine China I had finished one of those. And then the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow and Birthday Cake, and I had purchased the H&M Fine China. I've purchased 2 of them because they were on sale, and that is my favorite brow bone highlight color. And then I still have the Kat Von D Thunderstruck eyeshadow. And my goal for this category is to have 5 single eyeshadows or less. I'll probably change that in the future. I actually had 2 categories for glitters and pigments before. One was glitter liners, and then one was just the pigments and glitters category. I had moved my glitter liner into my pigments and glitters category because it is a glitter. So for my pigments and glitters, I currently have 2, and I previously had 2. So I had my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in my glitter liner category, but is now in here. So I still have that one before, and I still have my Stila Kitten Karma Glitter and Glow eyeshadow, which I love both of those so much, and they are on my list of products to use up in 2018. I don't really have a goal for this category because I do not purchase them very often, and I would like to play a little bit with glitter, possibly get some more in the future, or pigments, because I just love eyeshadow and I would love to play with it a little bit more. So no goal for this category, and I'm perfectly fine with the amount that I have right now. For brow products, previously I had 2 and I currently have 2. I had finished and repurchased the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel, and I still have the Urban Decay x Gwen Stefani Brow Box. I would really like to get through that brow box and purchase a brow pencil because I've never tried one, especially that one that was good before. So I would like to use up that brow box, but I would love to have that e.l.f. Brow Gel in my collection at all times. My goal for this category is to have up to 2 brow products because I want to have a brow gel and then eventually a brow pencil. Lastly, I have lip products, and I feel like this has changed a little bit throughout the categories. First, we'll start off with lipsticks, and these are like traditional bullet style lipsticks. Previously, I had 2, and I currently have 1. I had previously used up the Maybelline Matte Nude Lipstick in Almond Rose, and I currently have the MAC Brave Lipstick, which I do really like, but I would like to use up because it's not cruelty-free. And then I purchased and decluttered an e.l.f. lip pencil, so that's not in the category at all. My goal for this category is to have 3 bullet style lipsticks. For liquid lipstick, previously I had 3 and I currently have 2. I still have the same ones. I haven't purchased any. I still have the Wet n Wild Mega Lash liquid lipstick in Rebel Rose, which I'm currently panning and wearing today. I would like to use that up soon. And then I still have the ColourPop Ultra Satin and Frickin' Frack. And I decluttered the L'Oreal Pro Matte Gloss because, for one, it's not cruelty free, and it started feeling like kind of weird on my lips. It gave like a warming feeling, which I did not love that much. So my goal for this category for liquid lipstick is to have up to 4. For lip liners, previously I had 1 and I currently have 2. So I have 2 ColourPop ones. One is Aquarius, which I had finished and repurchased. And then I purchased the ColourPop Brink lip liner. Previously purchased and decluttered the ColourPop Frickin' Frack liner because it was just too dark for the Frickin' Frack Ultra Satin. So I only have 2 lip liners right now. But my goal for this category is to only have 2 lip liners because I think I want to have like a nude one and a dark one. And lastly, I have lip balms, and currently I have 1 and previously I had 0 because I was just using Vaseline at the time. And I had actually purchased and finished a lip balm in this time. So I finished the Burt's Bees Coconut and Pear lip balm, and then I currently have the Burt's Bees Strawberry lip balm, which I'd gotten for Christmas. And my goal for this category is to only have 1 lip balm at a time because I don't really need to have more than that because I can also use Vaseline for my lip balm instead. So guys, that was my makeup inventory. I hope you enjoyed watching and then seeing the products that I have in my collection currently. I'm really happy with the products that I have in my collection, and most of the categories I am very close to my goal or at my goal, and then some of them I have a little bit lower or a little bit higher, which I'm perfectly fine with. Like I said, I don't stress too much about the numbers, and I don't think you guys should either. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Talk to you later. Bye.